Welcome back to another episode of Lure Up. This week we're going to build us a pregnant chub crankbait. And I'm going to take that rascal down to the creek and see if we can't catch some fish. I love making crankbaits, and I often, because I like realism, I try to make baits match the thickness. And well, this one I'm going to over exaggerate this situation. So I want to imagine a pregnant Chub Minnow that has a real bulgy belly. The finish I want to do on this is it's called a Tennessee shad. It's a dark back with gold highlighted scales, a nice pearl belly, red gill plates, and a gold eye. And the reason I want to do that is because years ago, many years ago, I was a young man. I had what was it called? An AC shiner. Do you guys remember the AC shiners? This one was really unique. It was a short, stocky plug with real fat belly, and never was able to find another one. But anyway, it was just a day. It was in the middle of the day, and I had stopped alongside of a river that I don't typically fish this section of the river. It's a slower moving section, but I had some time to kill, so I walked down the bank, and there were some reeds growing along the bank, and I would start plugging along those banks, and I got into a school of spotted bass on that thing. And I was like, oh, and then I lost it after I caught 6 of them. And I'm like, oh, I got to get another one of those. I never did find one, never did come across one. So today we're going to make a lure that, to me, exemplifies what those fish were keying in on. They saw that pregnant, fat belly, and they said, easy target, boom. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get started. Okay. What I'm thinking is about two, maybe 2 1/4, 2 3/8 of an inch, something like that. And I'm thinking kind of a chubby nose. And then maybe come back here, and the back would be pretty much just a gentle roll. But then the chin would start dropping into a belly, and it would be kind of bulgy. Something like that. And you know what? I'm thinking maybe even more than that. We would drop down in here. Something really bulgy. We'd have the eye right up in here. And then the gill plate coming back like so. And I'm going to cut them gills pretty deep because I want the red gill slot in there for this particular pattern. And of course there'd be an eyelet right in here. One on the nose. And then one at the tail. And then the slot will probably come in like right here. Maybe that's too far back. Maybe I come in like right in here. We have a nice, I'm going to use one of them circuit board bills. I got these circuit board bills. I ordered them from like Lure Parts online. And man, they're sweet. And they're strong. And they're thin. And, you can cut them with scissors. I can take and cut that down to the size I want with scissors. Transfer that to some whitewood. For those of you who have not heard me talk about it before, what I'm using here is what I call whitewood. It's nothing more than a PVC board you can purchase at Home Depot or Lowe's. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. The taper, it's going to stay kind of fat, but it's going to come down quite a bit. It's going to stay about like that. I think that seems pretty good. I seriously need to get a little better lighting at my bandsaw. I mean, I can see what I'm doing when I'm working, but man, that's hard for you guys to see what I'm doing, isn't it? I see a pattern here. I need more light there as well, don't I? So I kind of want this belly to have some bulge in it right in through here. I just want to take a minute to thank all you guys who write comments in the comment section. It's really nice to get feedback so I can tell what you guys like and what you don't. Some of you guys dropped some real cool ideas in there, and just letting you know, I read all those and I try to reply to all of them. So if you've got something you want to see done, let me know. Let's put some details on this rascal.
I'm going to say the eye is going to go right in here. And let's just see what size eye. A little bigger, let's see. I think that would work. In fact, that might be a bit small for me.
Is that too big? Oh, it's almost too big. I think I got the eye. Yeah, that's it right there. All right, let's go ahead and carve these details. I think I will cut these gills a little deep. Maybe we'll get some red up in there. So you want to hear my fish joke? So these two fish were swimming along, and one of them swims right into a concrete wall, and his buddy looks at him and says, "Damn." Okay, got him carved up, sanded up, shaped up, shaping up pretty good. I think now, I've got those, let's see, I got these circuit board lips, I think from, I think it was Lure Parts Online. They're made out of real thin circuit board material, and it's going to be a shallow diver. I'm going to use it in the creeks. It's a little, so about that size right there. I've cut it down with a pair of scissors. It's pretty wild. This stuff's pretty brittle, but I can take a pair of scissors and just snip it until I get it about the right height I want. And that looks pretty good right there. I'll probably pop a little hole or two in there just to kind of lock it in with some glue. But it's time to put some eyelets in. Need to put some eyelets in. It's about gone, but let's just see. So right in there, right in between those two lines, let's see, right there, will be my center mark. Nose eyelet should be about right there. And my back line's still there. So right in there. Then I just use some super glue here and add a little baking soda.
Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to add some weight. I may put a little shot on each side of that.
Guess who this is? That's my little fishing buddy. Say hi, Luca Bear. Say hi. Okay, I thought I was recording, but it wasn't. So I drilled a hole and put a couple of these small shot in there for weight. And I'm going to mix some Bondo up to fill it. I did put a little super glue in there to lock it in place.
Hey everybody in Lure Up land.
That's my better half right there. Sneaking up on me. Making sure I'm working on lures. Hey, you know what? I think what we'll do, I think we will leave the bill out and get it completely finished. and that way we can test different bills if I don't like the way that one swims. Just put a little wedge in there to hold it in place. Okay, while the paint is still tacky, I can take some of that pigment powder that women use for fingernail polish and burnish that into that wet paint, and then I end up taking some UV resin and clear coating it. Makes a real nice iridescent shine. Now I'm going to lay down a nice coat of transparent black, and it really over top of that iridescent pigment, it's got a beautiful fade line as it turns from black to pearl. Really love it. Then I just take some black and darken up the eye. I want a nice shadow line all the way around the eye, and makes the eye pop. Okay, this is actually some netting out of a cheap badminton set or something. I'm going to try to use it for scale pattern. Okay, so here I take some red paint, real bright red, and paint the gill line. And because I've clear coated, I can just take my finger and wipe it off if I need to. Then I take some rubber tip clamps and grab a hold of that mesh, and you can work that mesh. If you pull it taut, it kind of gives it more of a realistic scale pattern. Okay, I thought I had some gold paint, but I don't. It turns out that the gold paint I had is no good. It's all dried out. So we're going to try to make some. I've got some gloss top coat. It's a water-based, clear coat, and we're going to thin it down. I get this gold pigment. I get all my pigments except for the fingernail polish stuff through Paint with Pearl. That's a nice company. Good prices on their pigment. It's really good stuff. Really fine. Straight out of the bottle, it's a little too thick to run through the airbrush. So I just thin it down with just a little bit of water. In order to do this, I think what I'll do to get just a little bit in there, I'm going to soak a pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to drip it like that. One thing you don't want to do is take your mesh off before your paint's dry. You'll mess up your scales. Okay, I'm so happy with that way that bait turned out. I don't know if you can see it. There, I got the little circuit board bill in there. The little fat chub with the Tennessee shad pattern. Love it. Can't wait to throw it. In fact, let's go fishing. Let's go. I think we owe it to ourselves. We deserve it. All right. Let's see how the little bad boy swims. Oh yeah. It's kind of hard to see in that watercolor. That's good. That's that's natural looking. Okay. I had the same thing happen as last time. I got down to the river and it was murky. It was muddy, but you couldn't see the footage of the lure with me trying to, use my GoPro on my head and trying to steer it and look at the lure. So I'm going to show you what it's like in the bathtub. The old bathtub test. Even though I was throwing it in the current, I just kept straight line ticking bottom. Boom, boom, boom. I can't believe I didn't get a hit, but I never got bit on it. Kind of shocked me, but I think it was kind of a weird day. We had a lot of fronts coming through, so we'll give it a try again. I've been suggested by a couple people to take the lures that I've been building, take a handful of them and go fishing and do a fishing video. So as soon as the weather starts to cool down a little bit and hopefully the rivers clear up, that's the only thing I've got close by that's got any fishing. It's rivers. So maybe I'll do that. I'll take some of the top water lures, just crankbait. Maybe we might even have something else built by then, but we'll go fishing for a day. How's that sound? You're probably thinking, no, man, just make lures and leave us to the fishing. Which probably is not a bad idea, seeing what I ain't catch nothing. So, all right, love that action. I think this is a winner right here. The old pregnant chub with the Tennessee shad pattern.